Jessica Hart was only 12 years old when she first saw the Dolphin. It was a rainy afternoon on the Florida coast, and her father had taken her to a small marine rescue center near Clearwater. The center was not glamorous, just a series of seawater pools and small tanks where injured marine animals were rehabilitated before release. Jessica stood there in her yellow raincoat, hair dripping, eyes wide. That was the day she met Luna. Luna was a young orca, often mistaken for a giant dolphin, her black and white body gliding under the water with elegance. Unlike the other rescues, Luna had been orphaned, separated from her pod, and rescued after being found stranded near the shore. She was weak, fragile, and frightened. But when Jessica leaned over the railing and softly whispered, "It's okay, girl, I'm here," something extraordinary happened. Luna swam toward her, pressed her nose against the edge, and the bond was born. From that day forward, Jessica spent every spare moment at the rescue center. She carried buckets of fish, cleaned tanks, and sat by the pool reading books aloud to Luna. The workers at the center laughed at the sight of the skinny little girl talking to the massive orca, but they also noticed something unusual. Luna responded only to Jessica. She would whistle, leap, and slap her fins against the water whenever Jessica appeared. Years passed. Jessica grew into a young woman, but Luna remained the center of her life. When the rescue center partnered with a marine park, Luna was transferred, and Jessica insisted on going with her. She became a trainer, though most said she was more of a sister to the orca. Together, they performed shows, Jessica standing on Luna's back as the orca leaped through the air, crowds cheering, cameras flashing. The partnership became famous. "The Girl and the Dolphin," headlines read. Tourists traveled across states just to witness the magic of their bond. For 15 years, Jessica and Luna were inseparable. Luna refused to perform unless Jessica was present, and Jessica refused to live anywhere far from Luna. She dated a few men, but every relationship ended with the same problem. Her heart was already taken by a creature of the sea. But behind the applause and bright lights, Jessica knew Luna was still a wild animal. There were moments, brief, fleeting, when she saw the shadows in Luna's eyes. Times when the orca floated silently at the edge of the pool, staring into nothing. Times when her playful jumps became unpredictable splashes. Jessica often reassured herself, "She's just moody. She'd never hurt me." Then came the final show. It was a warm Saturday afternoon. The stands were full, children holding dolphin plush toys, parents holding soda cups, the announcer hyping the crowd. Jessica wore her wetsuit and smiled, but inside she felt a strange heaviness. She couldn't explain it, only that Luna seemed restless that morning, circling the pool faster than usual, blowing sharp sprays of water. The show began with the usual routine. Jessica blew her whistle, Luna leapt gracefully, and the crowd gasped in awe. She balanced on Luna's nose, dove into the water, and re-emerged to thunderous applause. The bond still seemed magical. But then came the final act, the famous trust leap, where Jessica would dive into the pool, while Luna would dive beneath her, and Jessica would resurface riding on the orca's back. Jessica dove. Luna swam beneath her. But this time, instead of rising gently to lift Jessica, Luna opened her jaws. The crowd thought it was part of the act. Children clapped, parents laughed nervously, but Jessica's muffled scream broke the illusion. Trainers on the sidelines shouted, splashed water, blew emergency whistles. Luna thrashed, dragging Jessica under. For 15 years, love had defined them. And in that 1 minute, love turned into tragedy. The water turned red.
By the time rescue divers entered, it was too late. Jessica was gone. The show was canceled, the park closed for weeks, and headlines spread like wildfire. Dolphin turns on beloved trainer. Vigils were held outside the park gates, flowers and candles spelling Jessica's name. Her father wept on television, saying, "She loved that creature more than life itself. And in the end, it was love that killed her." But was it? Some said Luna acted out of stress, that years in captivity had twisted her nature. Others believed it was a tragic accident, that she misjudged her strength. A few whispered that wildness could never be caged, no matter how deep the bond. Luna was kept isolated after the attack. She floated quietly in her pool, refusing food for days. Park workers swore they heard her crying long, mournful whistles echoing at night. The one spectacular performer became a shadow of herself. Jessica's story became legend. Documentaries were made, songs written, poems recited. Children grew up hearing of the girl who loved a dolphin more than anyone could imagine. Some condemned her choices, saying, She should have known better. But others admired her devotion, believing she lived and died exactly as she wanted beside the creature she loved most. 15 years of love. One moment of tragedy, and yet, even as the world debated, the truth of Jessica's story remained beyond human judgment. It was not simply a tale of danger, or captivity, or foolishness. It was a tale of the mysterious line between human and nature, between trust and instinct, between love and fate. In the quiet of the night, when the waves lapped against the shore, people swore they could hear the ocean whispering her name, Jessica. And somewhere in her pool, Luna would lift her head, whistle softly into the dark, as if calling for the girl who once promised, "I'm here, and I'll never leave you."